whole city feels less far. The rooftops catch the evening and the first uncertain stars. A little table, two warm cups, a planned beginning time. And suddenly the narrow space becomes enough for time. The rail is lined with flower pots in shades of blush and white. The laundry from next door keeps dancing in the softening light. And somewhere far below, a scooter hums and disappears, while all the sky above the block turns pale and bright and clear. How can such a small place hold so much unhurried grace? A few clay pots, an open sky, a breeze against your face. Maybe peace is not a field beyond the city sound. Maybe it is one lit balcony where spring has settled down. Balcony in spring, stay with me tonight. Turn these little rented hours to a glowing kind of life. Balcony in spring, with your basil and your rain, you make the crowded world outside feel softer once again. If home is not a grand design, but somewhere light can cling, then home is right here, breathing in this balcony in spring. A record player inside the room sends music through the door. The string lights over the railing make the twilight feel more warm. A swallow cuts between the antennas, clean against the blue. And all the distant traffic sounds like something almost true. We do not need the countryside to know what peace can mean. Not when the mint is lifting scent and little leaves are green. Not when your sleeve brushes my arm and the evening leans to gold, and all the city's sharper edges lose the need to hold. Cup to lip, light to wall, blooming pots and evening call. In this narrow place we find room enough for quiet mind. Balcony in spring, linger in my chest with your string lights, clay pots, and the hour at half its rest. With your borrowed view of rooftops and your patient little air, with the lesson that small places can hold beauty everywhere. Balcony in spring, simple, bright, and true. You turned an ordinary evening into something I could use. And if tomorrow asks me where I learned to breathe again, I'll point to one small railing and a balcony in spring. Balcony in spring, above the street below, a tiny skybound garden taught my heart to glow.
Rain came down in amber threads beneath the afternoon. Streetlights flickered early in the clouded spring of June. You held a yellow umbrella like a pocket piece of sun, and all the shining pavement turned to gold where we had gone. The gutters sang beside us, the shop signs blurred in light. A florist moved her peonies back under cover tight. And still the day was beautiful, not despite the rain but through, because the weather looked like wonder every time it touched you. I used to think clear skies alone could make a season bright, but spring has many colors and some only bloom in rain. Some in window reflection, some in shoes upon wet stone, some in one warm umbrella making all the city home. Golden umbrella rain over avenue and lane. You turn the gray to honey and the cold to something changed. Golden umbrella rain, soft above our heads. You made the whole white city feel stitched with golden thread. If love can walk through weather and still brighten every view, then maybe storms are gentler when I'm standing next to you. Golden umbrella rain, keep you glowing with rain and make me brave enough to bloom in every kind of rain. We passed the old cinema, the bakery, the square. Steam rose from cafe windows into cool and silver air. A bus rolled by in watercolor, a cyclist laughed out loud. The raindrops on your sleeve were bright as lanterns in a cloud. I thought how many times I'd hidden from the darker skies, mistaking every storm for proof that sweetness couldn't survive. But there you were with yellow light lifted in your hand, and all the weather of my heart felt easier to understand. Oh, rain can shine, rain can sing, rain can carry little spring when a softer light is near. Even clouds can turn sincere. Ooh. Golden umbrella rain, now I will recall the glowing streets, the flower shops, the light along the wall, the warmth beneath a little roof of cloth and patient bone. The way to walk in shadows can make a city home. Golden umbrella rain, bless the clouded sky. You taught me that some beautiful things only happen while the world is wet and shimmering and trying not to weep. And spring still keeps its promise in the places rivers keep. Golden umbrella rain, soft above the town. A little yellow weather following us around. There is a garden made of quiet things behind the weathered gate. Rosemary and mint, young peas and tulips standing straight. A bird bath holding borrowed sky, a bench with peeling paint, and all the soft unnoticed work by which the season wakes. The soil is dark from recent rain, the paths are edged with thyme. A snail moves like a silver thought that doesn't mind the time. And every living corner there is busy without noise, as if the earth knows gentleness can still be strength and choice. No one hears the roots below, no one sees the sea, but spring is full of hidden work that answers every need. And maybe hearts are gardens too, more patient than they seem, growing peace in silent rows beneath the louder dream.
Garden of quiet things, keep me in your shade, where the smallest forms of beauty do not ask to be displayed. Garden of quiet things, scented green and true, teach me how to trust the slow and still become renewed. If healing is a handful of herbs, a bench, a drop of rain, then let me learn your language till my spirit greens again. Garden of quiet things, humble and alive, you show me how the tenderest parts still survive. A troll leans against the wall, gloves rest upon a chair. The bee moves through the foxglove with a serious kind of care. The afternoon grows honey warm across the lettuce rows, and somewhere near the compost bin a hidden pansy grows. I think of all the noisier ways I tried to call life back, by rushing through the barren fields, by naming what I lacked. But here the answer wasn't force, it wasn't speed or sting, it was dirt beneath the fingernails and small unfolding things. Mint and thyme, rose and rain, teach the heart to bloom again. Leaf and root, bloom and stone, show me how to grow my own. Garden of quiet things, now I understand why the earth puts little mercies in the reach of every hand, why the truest kind of healing often smells of leaf and loam, why a wooden bench beneath a tree can feel exactly home. Garden of quiet things, stay inside of me, in every slower breath I take, in every patient seed. And if the world grows loud again and tries to make me run, I'll follow time and bird song back into your little sun. Garden of quiet things, leaf by leaf you sing, a softer way of living in the middle of spring. The season opens not with doors but branches into leaf, with windows unlatching to the warm and waking breeze, with coats forgotten on the hooks, with muddy shoes at dawn,
with laughter finding patios and staying just a little long. The river loosens from its gray, the rooftops catch the gold. The farmer's market fills the square with colors newly bold, and all the world feels like a book whose pages have been turned from the darker, colder chapter to a place more softly burned. I hear it in the bicycles and children at the park. I feel it in the longer days stretching past the dark. The season opens quietly and still remakes the whole. It does not need to shout to every aching human soul. The season opens, let it in, through every shuttered window and the places sealed within. The season opens, bright and wide, like sunlight on the table and green climbing every side. If all I needed was a little more air, a little more blossom, a little less despair, then let the season open till the frozen thoughts unclose, and every hidden part of me remembers how it grows. The street musicians have returned beneath the station arch. The lilacs by the schoolyard wall have started making marks in fragrance on the afternoons and memory on the breeze. And all the older trees now wear their pale and tender green. I thought I needed certainty before my heart could move. Some final sign, some louder proof, some answer iron true. But spring keeps teaching otherwise. With every waking vine, a little light can still be enough to change a life in time. Open the day, open the pain, open the soul to the sin after rain. Open the hand, open the view, open the world till it opens you too. Open the day, open the pain, open the soul to the sin after rain. Open the hand, open the view, open the world till it opens you too. The season opens. Now I see it was not only fields and skies, it was also open in me, in the warmth upon the countertop, the light along the stair. In the sudden way the harder thoughts lose weight in cleaner air. The season opens, long and slow, and all the things I thought were gone begin again to glow. So let the branches keep their leaf and let the blossoms spin. The season opens everywhere, and I will let it in. Oh, oh, oh. The season opens. Oh, oh, oh. Day by day in every little ordinary springtime way.
A blue bicycle leaned outside the bakery this morning, a basket full of daisies tied with ribbon pale and worn. The street was washed in early light, the awnings lifting slow, and spring rode through the neighborhood in cobalt and in gold. The wheels were shining slightly from the puddles left behind. The bell looked like a silver star, the seat was warm but fine, and somehow that one simple sight made everything feel new, as if the day had painted hope in brighter, clearer blue. Some mornings hand you symbols without warning or demand, a flower basket, sunlight, and a little piece of chance, and suddenly the whole gray world feels easy in its light and painted blue. A woman came and took the handles, laughing with a friend. They rolled away beneath the trees where blossom petals spun. The cafe put its tables out, the newspapers arrived, and all the block was breathing like a body come alive. I carried coffee down the lane and let the morning last. Watched children draw with chalk where once the winter shadows sat. And somewhere in the moving air I felt the burden shift, the way it does when beauty gives the day a little lift. Ring the bell, turn the wheel, teach the heavy heart to feel. Ride the lane, past the square, leave a little springtime there. Blue bicycle, spring, now I will keep your basket full of daisies in the bright rooms of my sleep. Your cobalt frame against the wall, your bell against the breeze. You're proof that gentle color can bring a city to its knees. Blue bicycle, spring, playful and clear. You made the whole day lighter just by happening here. And if tomorrow clouds again, I'll still remember you. A morning made of bread and bloom in one bright painted blue. Blue bicycle, spring, rolling out of sight, still ringing in the memory of that soft and shining light. I opened all the windows and the whole house changed its name. The curtains learned a lighter dance, the dust forgot its gray. The rooms were full of breathing where the stale had used to stay. And spring moved in on quiet feet and would not go away. The books upon the shelf looked less like history than hope. The chairs around the little table seemed to widen out their shape. And every still forgotten thing became a little bright when air from trees and gardens crossed the threshold into light. How long had I been keeping every inward shutter closed, mistaking safety for a room where nothing ever grows? But all it took was one unlatch, one hinge against the sky, and suddenly the house and I remembered how to thrive. Windows full of air wash through me, carry all the heavy thoughts beyond the maple tree. Windows full of air, fresh and free, turn the rooms and all my hidden corners green for spring. If freedom has a fragrance, it might smell like after rain, like sheets on lines and basil leaves crowded when the windows give it way. Open left, open right, open to the leaf and light. Open where the old hurts are. Let the spring come in that far. Windows full of air now remain in every room that thought it had to live with weight and pain. In every sill, in every hinge, in every lifted blind. In the softer shape the daylight leaves upon the mind. Windows full of air, I needed you more than loud assurances or promises too huge. For all along I only asked the season one small thing: to let me breathe more deeply in the weather called spring. Windows full of air, softly through the hall. Spring did not knock loudly, it simply moved through all. The orchard wore its palest white against the waking hill. Apple blossoms in the wind, each branch a patient thrill. The bees were busy writing songs between the bloom and sun, and all the rows of fruit trees looked like prayers half begun. A ladder leaned against a trunk, an old coat on the fence. The grass was wet with morning still, the air was sweet and dense. And every little rustle there made the harder world recede, as if the land itself had learned the lullaby I need. No city clock can measure what an orchard knows by heart. How blossom comes in silence, and how sweetness starts in dark. How every bare and wintered limb may still in time reveal a softer future folded in the branches while they heal. Orchard lullaby, sing me through the day with your rows of blooming patience and your petals in the sway. Orchard lullaby, white against the blue, teach the anxious parts of me the slower way of truth. If all good things take root unseen before they show, then let me trust the hidden work of time and rain and love. Orchard lullaby, simple, clear and mild, rock the restless heart in me like spring rocks every child. A tractor hummed beyond the rise, then faded into air. A swallow sat upon the wire as if appointed there. The blossoms kept on lifting light and dropping to the ground, and every fallen petal made the grass a softer sound. I thought of all the rushed desires I had mistaken wise, the need to have the fruit before the branches earn the sky. But the orchard asked another faith to let the season go from root to bud to flower to fruit in rhythm slow and whole. Bloom first, fruit later, sun first, warmth after. Trust the branch, trust the root, trust the hidden sweetness too. Orchard lullaby, now I hear how peace can sound like bees at work and branches drawing near. How hope can look like blossom rose beneath the patient sun. How healing may begin long before it's ever done. Orchard lullaby, keep your quiet art and settle like white petals on the pathways of my heart. And if I ever fear again that barren things won't mend, I'll think of spring in orchard roads and trust the patient and orchard lullaby, blooming in the breeze, a softer kind of answer hung among the trees. There was no thunder when it started, no summer kind of flame, just longer light across the table and the way you said my name. A branch outside the cafe window shedding pale pink through the air, and something quiet growing where the colder months were. The city kept its weekday rhythm, buses, shoes and signs, but in the middle of the ordinary there was you and there was time. And all at once the world felt less like something to endure, more like a garden path where softer meanings could occur. Maybe love is not a fire alone, maybe it is also bloom, something patient in the sunlight, making color out of room. There is a bloom between us, soft and bright and new, growing in the pauses and the little things we do. There is a bloom between us, petal, leaf and air, making all the ordinary hours feel beautifully rare. If love can rise this gently and still change the point of view, then let it keep unfolding in the light between me and you. You laughed and pushed your sleeve back, the rain had just let go. The street was full of shining stones and little rivers gold. A song from someone's speaker drifted down the avenue, and even the passing traffic seemed to move in softer blue. I did not ask what future means beyond that springtime square. I only knew the world was kind in having us both there, and all the guarded rooms in me had started giving way, like windows when the afternoon is warm enough in May. No need for roses by the dozen, no need need for promises too grand. Sometimes a glance across a table is enough to change the land. There is a bloom between us, now I know its name. Not the loudest sort of feeling, but the one that still remains in the coffee steam. The petal fall asleep against my hand, in the little springtime courage of not needing more than that. There is a bloom between us, slow and deeply true. And if the world goes rushing by, I'll still come back to you, to where the light was tender and the bloom between us grew. Bloom between us, soft and near. The quietest of flowers was the truest thing I heard.
After the last cold night, the gutters learned to sing. The frost unclenched the grass at dawn and gave it back to green. The rooftops wore a tender shine beneath the rinsed out blue, and all the earth looked slightly stunned, the warmth had come back through. I stood outside the front steps where the daffodils had risen, yellow like remembered courage in the corners of the yard. And all the months I'd spent believing winter had the final word started sounding smaller in the breathing of the birds. How many times did I mistake the silence for an end? How many barren mornings made me doubt the light again? But the earth keeps longer memory than fear can understand. It stores a secret spring beneath the sleeping land. After the last cold night, everything changed its tone. The sky became more possible, the ground less like stone. After the last cold night, I could finally see the world had been preparing a gentler day for me. If fruits can keep believing under frozen dark so deep, then maybe all my hidden hopes were never truly asleep. After the last cold night, let me begin anew, with the softened earth beneath my feet and all this growing blue. The old fence held a climbing vine in barely their green lace. A child in rain boots kicked the puddles in ecstatic grace. The baker set the chairs outside, the florist wiped the glass, and all the street felt like a held breath finally exhaled. I thought about the heavy ways I'd carried every week, as if survival was the only language I could speak. But spring replied in quieter words, in blossoms, leaves, and thought. There is more to being alive than simply bearing what you saw. Warmth is not always sudden. Change is not always loud. Sometimes it is a clearing sky, undoing one dark cloud. After the last cold night, now I understand why the earth does not despair when branches empty stand, why the fields can wait in patience and the trees can trust the sky, why a softer kind of courage is enough to survive. After the last cold night, I lift my face and know the season does not ask me to be more than willing to grow. And if another winter comes with all it used to say, I'll remember how the spring arrived the morning after gray. After the last cold night, birdsong filled the air, and all the world looked different because the light was there.
Warm tea on the balcony, steam against the blue, a cardigan around my arms, the day still wet with dew. The sky was open over me like something newly found, and all the roofs and chimneys wore a gentler shade of brown. A pigeon crossed the air between the wires and budding trees. The cups on neighboring windowsills caught the same pale breeze, and every little ordinary thing I used to rush around now felt like part of spring itself by simply settling down. How often have I overlooked the grace of slower seams, the steam above the teacup, the green just entering the leaves. But peace is rarely hidden, only waiting to be seen by hearts that stop long enough to watch the open sky breathe. Warm tea, open sky, stay with me a while. Make a little altar of this quiet and this light. Warm tea, open sky, hold the morning still, till all my inward weather learns the shape of gentle will. If joy can be this modest and still deep in every hue, then let me live more often in these smaller shades of blue. Warm tea, open sky, simple things that sing. You teach me how to love the calm at the center of the spring. A bus moved down the avenue, a newspaper arrived, a window opened 2 floors down, a laugh came spilling wide. The basil on the railing pot leaned green against the sun. Cup in hand, branch in bloom, little sky above the room. Breathe it in, let it stay. Spring is made of this as well. Warm tea, open sky. Now I will keep your patience in my daytime and your blue inside my sleep. Your steam upon the cooler air, your hush above the street. Your lesson that the smallest joys can still feel full and complete. Warm tea, open sky, ordinary grace. You turned an average morning to a kinder living place. And if tomorrow hurries me and tries to pull me thin, I'll come back to the teacup and let the blue back in. Warm tea, open sky, morning without strain. A little springtime blessing in the sunlight after rain. There's a little road behind the station where the blossoms always fall. A lane too narrow for the traffic and too lovely for the rush. The old brick walls where ivy and the branches make an arch. And every spring it looks as if the world has softened there on purpose. A painter sets his easel by the corner every noon. A cat sleeps on a windowsill beneath the silver moon. And every petal drifting down across the cobbled stones makes even passing strangers feel less temporary, less alone. I have walked that lane in harder months when every branch was bare. And still I never guessed how much sweet weather it could wear. Which makes me think the heart is much the same beneath the cold. Capable of bloom we never fully know. Blossom Lane, carry me through the pale pink air and the slow serenity. Blossom Lane, soft and wide, make the city feel like spring is walking by my side. If beauty can be tucked between the station and the stone, then maybe hope can live in places we have always known. Blossom Lane, keep your falling light and cover all my winter thoughts in petals wide and bright. A woman on a bicycle rang once and smiled at me. A child reached up to catch a bloom and laughed into the breeze. The bakery door stood open with the scent of sugared bread, and all the little neighborhood seemed gold around the edges. I thought of how I used to pass too quickly to be moved, too busy naming future things to see the bloom in truth. But spring had hidden mercy in the lane beside the tracks, and now I know some loveliest things are waiting on the side paths. Brick and blossom, stone and sky, petals falling, people passing by. Little lane, you gently prove the world still knows how to move in bloom. patches of remembered branches in the scent of bakery, in the bicycle bell, the painter's hand, the cat upon the sill, in the way a little beauty makes the heavier mind grow still. Blossom Lane, faithful every year, you show me how return can be the sweetest form of cheer. And if I ever fear again that nothing new can grow, I'll walk your petal pathway and remember what I know. Blossom Lane, near the tracks, spring was waiting quietly on the smaller roads I passed.
There is a house called April, where the windows never close, to the scent of rain and lilac and the sound the sparrow knows, where sunlight spills in patient squares across the wooden floor, and every room remembers what the colder rooms forgot. The kitchen keeps the kettle singing, the hallway keeps a bloom, the bedrooms hold clean linen and a softer kind of noon, and all the walls are painted in the air of branch and leaf, like the whole place is a shelter built for hearts that need relief. I have wanted many homes that promised more than they could give, but maybe home is simply where the gentler hours live, where tea and light and open panes can teach the soul again that not all love must dazzle to remain. A house called April, let me stay in your rooms of blossom weather and your sunlight through the day. A house called April, warm and mild, you make the frightened parts of me feel less afraid to smile. If home can be a season and a season be a place, then let your golden afternoons rewrite my inner space. A house called April, with your curtains in the wind, you make the whole world softer every time I step within. The backyard has a table where the paint has started peeling, a rose bush by the fence that only now is learning red. The neighbors wave across the hedge, the radio hums indoors, and all the little domestic sounds feel sacred as a song. There is no grand estate here, no marble gate or view, just the faithful architecture of ordinary truth. And still I choose its weather over all the colder halls, because spring in a small kitchen can outshine them all. Let the screen door click, let the teacups ring, let the house keep breathing with the lungs of spring. Let the rooms hold light where the old hurts were. There is healing in a house where April stirs. A house called April, now I know why the simplest forms of shelter often often help the deepest growth in the floorboards and the window latches, in the vast beside the bed, in the tender proof that life can still be gently led. A house called April, keep your flame, not the burning kind of summer, but the one that warms the name of every person in it, with a winner in their chest. You make them lighter leaving, and a little more at rest. A house called April, door ajar, spring made a home of all the rooms and of my heart.
Inside the greenhouse morning, everything was leaf and glass. Silver drops along the panes where early rain had passed. The orchids held their colors like small secrets in the air. Fern shadows crossed the pathway with a cool and patient grace. The rosemary was breathing near, the lemons in their pots. A climbing vine had found the beam and would not let it go. And every living thing in there looked tender, brave, and bright, as if the world could still be soft and still survive the night. The storm stayed just outside us, a hush upon the roof. But under all the water song, the flowers kept their truth. And maybe hearts are something like these rooms of glass and green, a little fragile, full of light, more faithful than they seem. Greenhouse hearts glowing through the rain, holding warmth and color while the gray moves past the panes. Greenhouse hearts rooted, teaching us that fragile things can still outlive the night. If love can grow in shelter and still reach toward the blue, then maybe all the broken parts can learn to blossom too. Greenhouse hearts, soft but standing tall, there is strength in being tender after all. You brushed your hand across a leaf and all the droplets shook. The room smelled faintly of the earth and pages from an old book. The windows wore the silver tracks the rain had written down, and all the outside noise was blurred to something low and round. I used to think that healing meant the storm would disappear, that peace was only possible when no dark sky was near. But spring said otherwise, in glass and petals, root and stem, some beauty learns to flourish even with the rain above. No need for skies unbroken, no need for endless sun. Some seeds begin their truest work when wetter days have come. And all the things I feared would fail were quietly teaching me that warmth can live beside the storm and still keep growing green. Greenhouse hearts glowing through the rain, holding warmth and color while the gray moves past the panes. Greenhouse hearts rooted, teaching us that fragile things clouds are only part of what makes greener growth. And if my heart has windows, and if my heart has rain, then maybe it can still hold light against the pain. Greenhouse hearts, now I can see how the gentlest things among us are the ones that set us free. How the leaf still lifts its face though the weather has not cleared. How the blossom keeps its color right beside the fear. Greenhouse hearts, bright beneath the gray, you taught me how to carry hope without demanding perfect days. And if the rain returns again, I'll know exactly where to start, with a little warmth, a little light, and a greenhouse heart. Greenhouse hearts, leaf and rain, softly glowing life against the glass again. The breeze keeps coming back through the half-open afternoon, past the curtains and the flowers and the old familiar room, past the papers on the table and the tea gone slightly cold, past the thoughts I thought were fixed and the stories I had told. It moves the branch outside the window, stirs the wind chime near the door, carries scents of cut grass and rain from somewhere just beyond. And every time it crosses through, it seems to say the same, that nothing living stays untouched, and that is not a shame. I used to shut the windows when the weather changed too fast, afraid of what the moving air might ask me to let pass. But spring keeps teaching lightly what I held too tightly then. The heart can keep its center and still be changed by wind. The breeze keeps coming back, soft and blue, through the room, through the leaves, through everything I knew. The breeze keeps coming back, clear and kind, undoing little knots I didn't know were in my mind. If healing is a movement and not a final place, then maybe it arrives like air across an open space. The breeze keeps coming back, and so do I, to a gentler kind of living under a wider sky. Outside the lane was full of bicycles and blossom-colored light. A child was chasing petals where the shadows had been bright. Somewhere down the street a radio was singing through a screen, and all the world looked loosened by the weather turning green. I thought about the winters that had lived beneath my ribs, the silent self-protections and the small reluctant griefs. But every passing breeze seemed less like loss and more like grace, a reminder that the closed-up rooms were never meant to stay. No The breeze keeps coming back, soft and blue, through the room, through the leaves, through everything I knew. The breeze keeps coming back, clear and kind, undoing little knots I didn't know were in my mind. If healing is a movement and not a final place, then maybe it arrives like air across an open space. The breeze keeps coming back, and so do I, to a gentler kind of living under her wider sky. Let it touch the curtains, let it move the vine, let it pass through every place I try too hard to bind. Let it stir the silence, let it cool the stone, let it teach the tired spirit how to be a little open. The breeze keeps coming back, and now I know why the lighter things can sometimes help the deeper healing grow. Why the branch can sway without forgetting where it stands. Why the open window doesn't break the walls, it just lets in the land. The breeze keeps coming back, silver green and bright, a small and faithful messenger from the edges of the light. And if the old fear whispers that I'm safer shut inside, I'll answer with the spring air and let the curtains rise. The breeze keeps coming back, through the leaves above, spring returning softly, like a patient kind of